Good day, students. You are welcome back to the economics class. And we are still on the cost of production. Today, what we are going to study will be private costs and benefits, externalities, social costs, and benefits. So I will be presenting to you the plan of the lesson. So as planned, we will first look at private costs. After that, we will look at private benefits. After private benefits, we will treat externalities. Then social costs and social benefits. So we begin straight away with private costs. What are private costs? Private costs, also known as internal costs, are those costs of production which are incurred by those who produce or consume a product. I'll give you a simple example. For a baker, the private cost will be the expenditure that he will make in order to have his wood, in order to have his flour, in order to have his yeast, in order to have anything that will go into the production of bread. That is what we call the baker's private cost. For a carpenter who is producing a table, the private cost will be the expenditure he will make to have his plank, to buy nails, to buy varnish, and to get his power. Then for the person who buys the table, the private cost is the price that he will pay to get his table. And for the person who buys a loaf of bread, the private cost is the price he pays for that loaf of bread. We move straight to private benefits. What are private benefits? Private benefits, also known as internal benefits, are benefits received by those who produce or consume a product. So we take again another example. For example, the private benefit to a bakery for selling bread is the revenue it receives. So when bread is produced and sold, revenue is received. That benefit, that revenue goes to the firm that has produced the bread and is a private benefit to the baker who produced the bread. The private benefit to a person for buying and consuming bread is the satisfaction or the enjoyment or the utility he gets from consuming the bread. So the satisfaction goes directly to the person who buys and consumes the bread and is called a private benefit. We now examine externalities, or what we call spillover effects. So what are externalities? An externality can be a cost or benefit to those not directly involved in the production or consumption of a good or service. Therefore, it is a spillover effect of production or consumption to third parties. So an externality is anything cost or benefit going to those who are not directly involved in the production and consumption of a good. Therefore, we can have negative externalities and we could have positive externalities. Negative externalities, or a negative externality, also called an external cost or external costs, are costs imposed on third parties from the economic activities of others. We'll give an example. The location of a firm in an area may increase pollution, traffic congestion, noise, and smells of chemicals in the area. So these things will not be suffered by the firm that is located in that area. They are not borne by the firm or person whose production activity has caused them, and therefore they are negative externalities. So you may happen to locate near a nightclub, and the music from the nightclub makes it difficult for you to sleep. That will be considered a negative externality. You are paying a price for an economic activity of another person. We look at positive externalities. Positive externalities, also called external benefits, are benefits to third parties from the economic activities of others. For example, a new underground transport system may be created and will reduce congestion, noise, and pollution in the cities. So these benefits are not paid for by those who receive them, and they are therefore known as positive externalities. There are many forms of positive externalities which are enjoyed by those who are not directly involved in the production and consumption of a good. There are people who live near a carpentry workshop and benefit from free sawdust. That can also be seen as a positive externality. Somebody can vaccinate himself and then the neighbor gets the benefit of not contracting a certain illness. That also is a positive externality. So you look around you, you will get many of those things, many of those benefits that you get because of the productive activities of others. If you happen to locate near a music studio, and the music that you get from the studio gives you some kind of satisfaction, that can be considered a positive externality. Somebody can put up his nice compound in a place and the neighbors enjoy the beauty of the compound. That also is a positive externality. We move from there to social costs. What are social costs then? Social costs are the total cost to society of the production or consumption of a product. Therefore, social costs is private costs plus the external cost. So the social cost of a person smoking is the price he pays for the cigarette. That one is private cost plus the air pollution he causes and the burden he imposes on the health service. These are negative externalities. So in a situation where there are no negative externalities, social costs will equal private cost. We move to social benefits. What are social benefits? Social benefits are the total benefits to society of the production and consumption of a product. It is the private benefit plus external benefits. External benefits are also known as positive externalities. If there are no positive externalities, then social benefit we call private benefits. So we have come to the end of our lesson for today. Your assignment is to go over it, understand it, be able to give different examples of each so that you understand cost better. I thank you once more for listening. Have a nice day.